This is Irontrader. It is Thursday morning. So we are going to take a look here at crude oil here and natural gas. Now remember, on natural gas, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, before we get started, Meta had their earnings yesterday. So if you're into trading Meta, at midday trading yesterday, I made a video on obviously on natural gas and crude oil, and then we threw Meta into the mix. Now, they actually missed a little bit, which was really kind of unusual for them, but there's a gap on that chart. So if you are trading Meta, just take a look at yesterday's midday trading, and the chart will be right on there for you. Now today, what you want to watch is going to be Microsoft and Google after the close. Those are going to be the very, very key. Now you can see how the market is trading. The NASDAQ is off here. The futures are off here already 178. See, these are market mover, these big high-tech stocks, okay? So if you're trading those here, today we'll do at midday trading, we'll do Microsoft. So if you are trading that, just take a look at it. It's all right there for you. Okay, let's take a look here at the old crude. Now, I always point out this 8 simple moving average here. See how strong this is? Okay, when we look at the top situation, we had a topping tail, but it closed underneath. We had a bottom tail, it closed below. And then we went higher high, but you notice that it closed right below that 8 SMA. And then obviously this big ass red candle, well, she closed right below. Even though sticky here, she went above, but couldn't close above. And look here, right into it, above it, but you can close above it. And then so far, this is what we have. Now, this is forming up here. And this might sound a little crazy here, but this isn't really looking that bad. Okay, because here we have your pole, and then we have a bull flag going here. If we can get above this 8 simple moving average here, this thing can run up very, very nicely. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. But remember, a couple weeks back, I was pointing out here how this was a possible bull flag here too. And then when we had that red candle, once you get below this here, a level here, that flag is all completely negated then, and that pattern is no good. So we just got to here watch this. But the whole thing is going to be based on that 8 simple moving average. See, this is why you want to trade the chart. So just keep everything simple, okay? Don't complicate things. I just use a 8 simple moving average here. We have a 21, we have a 50, we have a 100, and we have a 200 day. And then these blue lines here are just price channels, okay? All that does is that price channel, like right there, 80.55, all that is showing the bottom of that candle. So as this price comes on up, it's raising that price channel up here. So then we know where our trading range is, okay? Very, very thing. Just keep things simple. Same way, just use the volume. Always want to use volume. RSI, that gives you your measures, your nice relative strength. And then your MACD, that tells you your momentum, pretty much, you know, to the upside to the downside. So when your green crosses above, that shows momentum to the upside. See how that is? Now, this green is below. That's momentum to the downside. And see what happened. Okay, so now if we can get this to curl back up here, then we can take the price right on up here. But just watch this here. This is starting to get a very, very interesting here at a possible bull flag going on. Now, you can see where we popped above the 8 SMA, but right now you're sitting right there with an indecision candle. And we also so far have an inside day, which means your high and your low is within the inside of high and low of the previous day. That's all that means. Okay, so let's take a look at the upside. Well, first of all, we're looking right there. You're looking at this key 8 simple moving average, 82.94. Very, very key. Then what we can do is we can come up to today's high. You're looking at 83.25. Then we'll look right there, okay? You're looking at 83.43, and then we'll look at the top of this candle at 83.71. And then this is the target that we'd be looking for, is at 84.37. Okay, so once we can break above this, that 84.37 will be looking really, really nice. Then, again, if we can get above, look to the bottom, 84.75. Look to the top of this candle, 85.51. And then right on top of sticky, 85.64. That is going to be your targets. And then, again, once we get above that, we can just start ratcheting up all these candles. I'll show you exactly where we're going to go till we get to that 87.67. But right now, today, this is what we worry about. That 8 simple moving average right there at 82.94. You need to close above that, then we can go higher. Okay, so downside. Well, you always want to watch the previous day's high and low and the closing. Okay, so your high was 83.71. the low 82.44, and it closed at 82.84. So this is what we want to watch. Let's watch the bottom of that candle. That's 82.44, which lines up pretty much nicely all the way across. You can see where that support level is. Now, again, if that's lost, this is going to be your target right there. Is going to be that 50 SMA at 81.38. Then I guess we can come to the bottom of these candles. You're looking at 88. You have 80.70, but you're really looking for that price channel then at 80.55. Right below that, you have 79.96, okay, your 200 SMA. Now, I always like to show you where it could possibly go. So if this is lost, then we'll come right to that 50 SMA right there, okay, at 78.7. We'll come right there to that 21-day at 77.63, and then you have 77.41. Those are going to be your key support levels. But realistically, what we want to watch is today, is yesterday's low. That's going to be very, very critical. And if it comes all the way down, then we want to watch that 50 SMA at 81.38. The upside right there, this is what you want to watch, is this key level right here, this 82.94. I'll close above, and there's your target right there at 84.37. Okay. Again, you get above all that, we can follow the candles, but you're going to go right to sticky right here at 85.64. Those are your upside levels. Okay, so now what I'll be looking for here to do is maybe we'll see if we can do a little scalp here on the UCO for the long. We'll also look at SCO. That's just like natural gas yesterday. I was kind of thinking that, oh, maybe we can take it, that long would keep on going, but I never ended up getting into the long, but I got into that KOLD, which is the short. So sometimes you got to improvise, adapt. You got to overcome. Okay, trade what's in front of you, not what you want. I know I say that all the time, and I know I'm breaking everybody's balls here with this, but really, reality, that's what it is. That's what makes a good trader. You don't want to say, hey, this is going here, this is going here. It may very well might go there, but is it going to go there today? That's the key, is you want to make the money in your pocket every day. So watch that key 8 simple moving average here on a closing basis. Very, very key. Watch yesterday's low. Very, very key. If that's lost, you have that 50-day right there, 81.38. That's your target. All right, let's take a look here at natural gas. All right, here we have natural gas. Now, we had a really big ass red candle yesterday. Okay, so we had a low of 1.634, and then today so far, all the way down to 1.60, which is not, I'm going to show you here on the hourly and 4-hour chart exactly where that 1.60 is. So this shouldn't be no surprise to anybody, okay? But however, that being said, we didn't come down all the way down to this 1.589 level here. Let me bigger up a little bit here, okay? Okay, so we never did come down to the 1.589. We came down here. Now, this looks like a nice bottoming tail. We put in a lower low, but if that's a bottoming tail, then that's looking here. That would be looking pretty good here for a possible long situation going on. Okay, so I can see where the UNG closed yesterday at 1436, and now it's all the way up here to 1445 here. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? We got to see how this can be. This is going to shake out, or is going to come right on down. So again, if today's low at 1.60 is lost, then we'll come right down here to your 1.58 level. That is going to be key. And then we have your retest down here at 1.52. But if we look at this chart, you still have a low, higher low, and we have a higher low here. Okay, so this is still basically trading in the range. I don't like what the price channel is doing, because now we're trying to wedge on down here, and that's really never good. You want to go stair step up if you're long. Now, resistance wise, we're actually looking very, very good. Right here, look how easy this is going to be, okay? There's your big resistance, 1.73, sitting right there. The next resistance you're going to have is 1.754, okay, sitting right there. And then we have, right above that is 1.77. Very, very key. So these are really well defined, okay? Your 8 SMA, okay, your 50 SMA, and your 21 SMA, all well defined. So this is going to be big resistance. So just like what we had here, when this runs up, and it will run up, you're going to run right into this resistance, and it's going to be very difficult to get it through the first time. So just watch that 8, that 50-day, and then we have your 21-day. Now, again, if we can get above all that, that 21-day, you're sitting at 1.77, and then what we'll do is we're going to come right to the top of that candle. That's 1.8. That's what you're looking for, okay? And then next, we'll look for big red here at 1.84, and then this is the candle that you're looking for, 1.85. Now, when we had this sell-off here, okay, I always say look to the left of the chart. Okay, so what we had here is 1.848. But when you look to the left here, that was your resistance at 1.85. So you notice that I put in a lower high. See, that's the first tell that says get out of the trade, okay, and see what it does. You can always buy this back. If it starts running up there, just jump on board, okay? But risk to reward, always remember, risk to reward is the key. Is it worth holding? For me, it wasn't. I dumped it all out here, and then I was waiting. I thought maybe it would come down and hold this support, and I could take a long yesterday. Never materialized, so I just jumped right into the short, and I came out with that KLD with a very, very good profit yesterday, even on this red candle, okay? So just remember, natural gas is never going to be what you think it is, okay? They don't call this the widowmaker for nothing. So you have to watch what is in front of you. So today, watch that key, 8 SMA, watch that 50 SMA here, and then watch that 21-day on the upside. If you can get above, then you come to the left here. This is that 1.80. Then we'll look to top of red, 1.84, and then we're going to look right there at 1.85. That is your big levels, okay? Obviously, if we can get above that, then we look at 1.943. But let's get through this resistance here first before we start heading anything. On the downside, watch yesterday's low, 1.63, and then watch the 1.60 here. If that's lost, you have 1.58 right there, and then we can come down to 1.52. Okay, let's take a look here on a weekly chart here. Now, I was pointing out this 8 simple moving average. You really want to get above and close above this here for the week. That would be very, very bullish. If not, it's going to be sideways to down. That's just reality. The 8-day is very, very strong, especially when you start going into the weekly and the monthly charts. Okay, so that's very, very good. So far we have a red candle for the week, not looking too good. However, we got to see what we're going to materialize here today. Okay, so let's take a look here on the hourly and the 4-hour. Okay, here we have your hourly chart. Now you can see here where we lost this nice double bottom, it ran right on up here, and then once we start losing all these support levels here, then it was just good night Irene, came all the way down to 1.602. Now you say, why did it come down to 1.602? Because I've been showing you here very, very simply why it did, is this look to the left of the candle. Okay, so what do we have here on that red candle? 1.604. See, that is why you want to always look to the left of the chart. That's why you want to trade the charts, okay? It doesn't always have to go down to the 1.58 to the bottom here. Just follow these candles down, and when you see these candles here, okay, when you come into contact with it, that is what we're looking at, 1.604. So just look right up on top, okay? And then what do you see on the low? Okay, it's 1.604. That is the key. That's where she came down to here so far today. So now it never retested this. However, okay, here's the key. Now, if it never even got back, that means it made a higher low. That way, right now, so far, we have a nice double bottom situation going here. See, so just look at it that way. Okay, so we have a nice double bottom situation here, and maybe we can just start rallying right up here higher. Now, when you look here at this 4-hour chart, you're going to start running to resistance here at this key 8 SMA at 1.69. If we get above, then we come right to the next level, 1.73. You have your 21 at 1.75. We have your 200 SMA at 1.757, and then we can go 1.77, and then we can rally all the way up here. But just watch this double bottom to see if this is hold. So this isn't as, bad as it seems. So if you're holding this, don't get excited. Always look at the glass as half full. There's always another day of trading, okay? So just like I used to say girls, but the wife doesn't like that anymore. But I look at it as it's like a mother bus, okay? All right? There's always another one coming around. That's how you have to look at trade. So if you missed that short yesterday, don't worry about it. We're going to make it up here today. Okay, so right now we have a nice double bottom with a higher low, 1.602, 1.58. But when you look at this, when you see something selling, always look to the left of the chart. You say, okay, the next level is going to be 1.06. If I lose all that, then you're going to come down to 1.508. See, level to level. That's really all you're trading is just support and resistance. That's all we're really trading here. So let's see if this double bottom can hold and maybe rip right on up. Okay, that's what I got for you on crude and natural gas. I'll be back here for midday trading, and we'll review and see how natural gas and crude are doing, and then we're going to throw in Microsoft there in the old mix. So if you're trading that, just tune right on in here, maybe make a couple of bucks. All right, thanks for watching.